Let's do a couple exponent practice problems. So this first one here, we have x to the third raised to the fifth. Now this is a power to a power rule, so we're going to have 3 times 5 is 15. And feel free at any time to pause the video and try a problem, and then press play when you want to see it explained. Here we have x to the sixth times x to the eighth. Well, this is multiplication, and we have like bases, so we're going to add our exponents. We get x to the 14th. Number 3 here, x to the 7th divided by x to the 5th. This is division, this is quotient rule, so we're going to have 7 minus 5 is 2, so we get x squared. This next one is a little bit different, so we're going to have to talk about this 2 right here and how we're going to handle that. First off, let's take care of everything else. We know this is z to the first, so we're just going to go ahead and distribute this exponent to each of these exponents. So we're going to have x to the 6th, y to the 9th, and z to the 3rd, because we multiply the exponents together. Now 2 is a coefficient, it's not an exponent, so we're not going to multiply 2 times 3. We got to think of it as 2 to the 1st. So we're going to multiply this 3 to that 1, and you're going to have 2 to the 3rd. Well, what's 2 to the 3rd? 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. There's my final answer. Number 5 here is a common mistake that a lot of students make. This 3 times the 6, it's 3 times 6. Now you're in this whole mode of like, oh, exponents, I add them when it's multiplication. Well, 3 and 6 are not exponents, they are coefficients. So we multiply them like we would normally multiply numbers, which will get 18. Here you have x to the first, x to the fifth. You add your exponents, you get x to the 6th. This next one's like number 4 that we just did a little bit ago. You have basically 3 to the first, so we're going to have this 4 here times our exponent 1 and our exponent 3. So we're going to have 3 to the 4th times x to the, well, 3 times 4 is 12. 3 to the 4th is 81. That's one of those that you'll need to remember. You do it with your calculator for now, but make sure you remember 3 to the 4th. That's a common one you'll see a lot. Next one. Here I have 3x to the 3rd over 12x to the 12th. Once again, we're not subtracting the coefficients. We're just dividing like we normally would. Just like in multiplication, we're going to multiply the coefficients like we normally would. Well, 3 over 12 is 1 over 4. It'll simplify to 1/4. And we have the x to the 3rd over the x to the 12th. It's a little different than what we saw earlier. We're going to subtract our exponents, but I want you to take the bigger one, the 12, minus the 3, that's 9. Wherever our bigger exponent is, that's where our x to the 9th will go. So we're going to have 1 over 4 x to the 9th. Let's recap that. 3 over 12 reduces to 1 over 4. X to the 3rd over x to the 12th, we subtract our exponents. 12 minus 3 is 9, and since our larger exponent, x to the 12th here, was in the denominator to start, that's where the x to the 9th goes.